opens with Tiwa in her room reading, feeling kind of sad and bad because she done messed up with a man, Femi. And what closes with Tiwa feeling kind of sad and bad because she messing up with a man, Femi. If you guessed Skinny Girl in Transit, Season 1, Episode 11, Season 1, Episode 12, which is the season finale, and Season 2, Episode 1, you're correct. I'm Angela and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. Let us proceed. Okay, so we got Tiwa in her room reading, and there's a knock at the door, and Tiwa is like, come in, and then it's Mommy. She like, Mommy, what you doing knocking on my door? And Mommy is like, so you and Femi are fighting, eh? If you ruin this chance, Mommy says, if you ruin this chance of mine, I will never forgive you. What did you do? And Tiwa is like, your chance? Is this your relationship? What makes you think I did something and not the other way around? And then Tiwa answers her telephone and she's all excited, and it's great news because she has a sponsor, a new sponsor. It's going to be more money for her, and her mommy is all excited, and her mommy sings and she dances, and she's like, yay, call Femi and give him the news, the good news, the news, the good news. And Tiwa is like, Femi not answering my calls. And Mommy is like, I knew you had offended him. Give me his number. I will call him. You want me to give, you won't give me his number? If he should go, I won't forgive you, Tiwa. Tiwa. Okay, so then we have Tiwa. She with her pregnant friend, Fola. And Fola is like, you know, your mom called, so girl, what happened? And Tiwa is like, you know, saying to us, I'll spare you guys the details because you already know the gist. And then Fola says, then her friend Fola, like, after hearing the story, is like, so he hasn't spoken to you since then? Are you over, Cola? I'm just making sure. I don't want you to ruin this. Well, at least Femi cares. But you need to stop subliminal talking to Cola about Cola on your show. And anyway, you know, it's annoying, and it big ups Cola. It makes Cola feel like he's something more than what he is. I never did like Cola. You only like Cola because he was hot and he showed interest in you. You were grateful that he liked you, and that's why he treated you like crap. No? Well, tell me one thing you liked about Cola. And then T was like, he was focused, and he was playful, and he was good at compliments, and he was sexy. And then Fola is like, what do you like about Femi? And T.Y. is like, oh, he's mature, and he's ambitious, and when he thinks I'm not looking, the way he looks at me, and then the way he touches my cheek, and and then Fola is like, see? And you haven't even had sex with him yet. What is his number? And then she, you know, gets Tiwa's phone or whatever, calls Femi. She's like, you know, hello, Femi. You know, this is Fola. I don't know if you know me. She say, I don't know if you know me, but we're going to change it to remember me because she's already met him when they went out on the date. I don't know if you remember me, blah, 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 blah. When are you going to forgive her? When are you going to forgive Tiwa? She was trying to show you off I'm looking at her right now, and she's so sad that she hurt you. Okay? Oh, okay. If you say so, well, bye. And then she says to Tiwa, he outside right now. He's already parked outside. Go and get the door. And that's the end of episode 11. Episode 2 is called Makeups. That's the season finale of the first season. So Tiwa is at the door. We're picking up right where we left off. And she's recapping what's happened. And she's like, why is Femi outside of my house? Are we going to break up? Are we going to make up? I'm tired of this emotional roller coaster. I need to know. And she opens the door to Femi. And she says, if you're going to break up with me, just do it now. I have no energy for these ups and downs. Cola was my first love. And he was my first heartbreak. And I thought I would never be happy again. And then I met you, and I was happy, and I wanted to rub it in Cola's face. It was silly. I know it was silly, and I know that now, and I'm sorry. But if you don't want to make it work, and Femi's like, well, that's why I'm here, to make it work. I may have overreacted. Can we just get past this? And then they hug, and then and then they go into the living room, and Fola is fussing at Tiwa, sort of like Tiwa's mommy. Go and get him a drink, Femi, you know. And then Tiwa is like, so my life is great now. We got a new house. I've lost some new friends. I lost a few pounds. I got over a heartbreak. Things are going well at work, and I'm in love. What could possibly go wrong? We know that's like famous last words. And then Tiwa goes into the kitchen. Then mommy comes in, and she's like, you know, I hope you apologize to, I hope Tiwa apologized to you, Femi. And she has. Good. And then Shaliwa comes into the room, and mommy is talking about, you know, I'm just coming back from this wedding, and I want to have a wedding, and oh, this is so awful for me. And then she tells Shaliwa, what are you in here for? Go into the kitchen. Don't be asking me about making food. You don't have a job. Who do you think is going to make the food? I'm coming from the wedding. Your sister is going on a date. Folake is pregnant. You know, you better go into the kitchen. You know, she's fussing and carrying on. Okay, go to the kitchen. And then she says, Tiwa, give him my number. Folake. Oh, you know, mommy says to Folake, give him my number. You know, so when Tiwa misbehaves, he can call me. And then mommy leaves, then the doorbell rings, then Tiwa opens the door, and Tiwa is like, what in the world are you doing here? And then Cola, he's like, I've been driving around for days, and I've just been thinking about you and all of the stuff that I did, and I feel really bad, and I want you back. And then Femi walks up behind Tiwa. And then Tiwa is like, you know, to the audience, now I am stuck between two men. What's next? And that was the end of season 1. Dun dun dun. Okay, so we're at season 2, episode 1. It's called Almost New. We see Tiwa on the treadmill. She at the gym. She working out. She's sweating. She got a teeny weeny afro. And she says to us, yes, what? I cut my hair, so what? Oh, you want to know what happened? I'll give you the gist. So it's been 3 weeks since we talked. A lot has happened. And then she's talking to us, and a guy bumps into her. And we know who this guy is, those of us who have watched the series. But if you haven't, watch this guy. So he bumps into her, and she's like, watch where you're going. And he puts his finger up, and she's like, what? And the guy is like on his call, let me call you back. And then Tiwa is like, you run into me, and then you want to put your finger up in the air at me? Excuse me, sir, you will not. And then the guy is like, you were standing in the way. If you weren't standing in the way, I wouldn't have bumped into you. If you're tired, go over there and rest. And Fola is like, I mean, not Fola, but Tiwa is like, they're back and forth. They're arguing, you know. And then a worker from the gym comes, and he's like, Madame. And, you know, the guy is like, take her out. And Tiwa goes, she leaves, she goes down the stairs, and then she finishes talking to us. She's continuing, and she's like, well, Femi and Cola, you know, I was telling y'all about Femi and Cola. Well, y'all, Femi punched Cola, knocked him out. He was laid out, and then Femi had hurt his hand. He sprained his hand, and Cola woke up after 5 minutes. I was worried, but it was all good. But it's been all good between me and Tiwa, Femi and Tiwa. And then Tiwa comes into the house, and there's her mom and a guy are doing a ritual and a prayer. They are ringing a bell, and they're yelling, and they're stepping and praying, and you know, it's kind of some spiritual activity going on. And then Tiwa says to all of this because we moved into a new house. And then after mommy and the minister or whatever go into the next room, Shaliwa is kind of like peeking out, and she's like sneaking out of the house. And Tiwa is like, where you going? She like to see my new boo. Tiwa is like, new boo who? And Shaliwa is like, bye girl, bye, or whatever. So Tiwa, she got a new boo that Tiwa don't know. And then we see Tiwa, and she's you know, going into work, And her girl Dee pulls her into a little nook, and she's like, you know, hey, you know, they're sacking people and something, and girl, you ain't been reading your emails again. You got to read your emails. We have a meeting with our new boss. And then they're in the meeting, and we meet a new colleague for us, and she's kind of like mean girl. She's giving us mean girl tease. Her name is Hadisa. And then the new boss comes in, and he introduces himself. He's Midday. He's the managing director, and he is the guy that we met in the gym when he rudely bumped into our girl Tiwa. And he's like, you know, Midday is saying, you know, we've made changes here. You are all still here because you are the best of the best. You're the best staff, but there's still work to do. I'll be meeting with each one of you one-on-one over the next couple weeks to discuss your roles and our expectations. And you'll get an email from my secretary. Any questions? And Hadisa is like, I have a question. Well, actually, it's more of a comment. It's just really so nice and wonderful to have someone here who knows what they're doing and blah, 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 and kiss your butt, kiss your butt, kiss your butt, blah, 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 blah. That's Hadisa. And then, you know, he's like, okay, cool. Any other questions? All right, meeting dismissed. And then Hadisa is like, oh my God, that man will be mine. Did you see how he looked at me? That's what Hadisa is saying to Dee. That's because I yelled. I got the dogs all worked up, squealing like Hadisa. You know, Dee is, I think the child's name is Dee, but Dee is Tiwa's work friend. And so, you know, Hadisa's like to Dee and Tiwa, did you see how he looked at me? Oh my God, we gonna get married. It's love at first sight, blah, 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 blah. And Dee is like, no, I didn't see how he looked at you. But what I did see is how you, Miss Tiwa, looked at him. You were looking at him like he was a ghost. And Tiwa is like, I have met our boss before, and he is a butthole. I met him at the gym this morning, and he was rude, so I gave him a piece of my mind, and I don't regret it. And then Hadisa, with a big smile and kind of laughing, is like, so you might not be around here next week. And Dee is like, how is that funny? And then Tiwa says to us, I have Shaliwa at home and this one Hadisa at work, and you think that would be enough. But no, now I have to have this guy in the office, and why is he my bleeping boss? And then we see Tiwa, you know, after work, she's leaving, and she's like, you know, talking to us. So where was I at in my recap? So Femi was really hurt. I kicked Cola out, and after he came to, then we see Tiwa getting into the car with Femi, and Femi is like, so who's been calling you all day? And I'm kind of like, who asked that question? I ain't never had nobody, I ain't never asked nobody that question, or had nobody ask me, let me see your phone, who's been calling you, or just who been calling you. But anyway, she's like, Tiwa is like, oh, you know, mommy, Folake, Dee. I'm glad I have Dee in the office, because that Hadisa is bad. And I have this new arrogant boss. He's firing everybody, and Hadisa is sucking up to him. She'll probably sleep her way through to the new program manager position. And Femi is like, you know, I kind of like Hadisa. She looks interesting in her pictures. I mean, I only have eyes for you. And then Tiwa's phone rings, and Tiwa doesn't answer, and she's like, oh, it's mommy. I'll just talk to her when I get home. And then Femi is like, it might be urgent. Don't you think you should go ahead and answer it? No? Okay, well, whatever you think. It's like he knows something. And then Tiwa is laughing and waving and getting out of the car. Bye, Femi. I'll see you later. Okay. And then she picks up her phone. I don't know. I guess it rang. And she's like, you know, she's talking on the phone. What is it? What is it? What is it that you want? Why are you bugging me? Fine. I'll tell you where and when. And then to us, she says, Cola has been bugging me for the last 3 weeks. Has me lying to Femi. But my mom did call. Y'all, that's the end of it. What is this child doing? What is this child doing? She needs to leave that man alone. She she has a soft spot for him because he was her first, and because, you know, I guess she has, because I would just be like, I don't want to talk to you, don't call me, stop calling me, change my number, block my number, whatever. What is she doing? Why is she even entertaining this mess and this foolishness? Or does she like the attention? Because sometimes when people have broken up with you and broken your heart, and then, you know, they come crawling back or whatever, and the men been fighting over and stuff, you know, it's kind of like a little ego boost. So is that what's going on with our girl Ty? Ty, no. Although I have my eyes on someone else for Miss Ty now. So anyway, I'm Angela again, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Still working on 200 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? Why don't you go ahead and subscribe? The button is right somewhere. Just hit the button. I'll wait. All right. Thank you for subscribing. And for those of you who are already subscribers, I appreciate you. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. You're #1. So you know what you need to do. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Be you. Be fabulous.